Hey guys, this is Isa, and I'm gonna narrate a battle between Lutra and Crystal. This is game 4 in a best of 5 series. And we can see that Lutra is using a different team from what we're used to seeing him use. This is not the Do You Like Red, Blue, Yellow Eggs team. This is a team with Alakazam lead. And a various amount of different Pokemon. I'm not sure if it's any good. We'll see what happens. Either way, so Crystal is using a Jinx lead, Seismic Toss onto the Jinx, and Lovely Kiss onto the Alakazam. Standard business. No Thunder Wave, curiously enough. I believe that's the proper way to go about it. And Lutra shows that his best option to dealing with Jinx is a Slowbro. I'm not sure if that's a healthy sign. I don't believe it to be. But after taking the opportunity to set up to +2 special, Jinx reveals the Seismic Toss, and pardon me, and the Seismic Toss forces Slowbro into resting. And Gengar comes in on a Seismic Toss. Nightshade is thrown out instead of Hypnosis. Mega Drain connects, but it does not get a critical hit and thus fails to one-hit KO the Rhydon, and Earthquake is a clean hit, taking Gengar down to its knees from full health. And a combination of moves that's not frequently seen, Mega Drain and Nightshade. Usually you run either one of those alongside Thunderbolt, Explosion, and Hypnosis. Maybe Lutra had decided that he didn't want to run some of them. I don't know. Tauros comes in, tries to revenge the Rhydon, instead gets to revenge the Jinx. Probably a good call. Maybe could have saved even Jinx, but I think that Crystal is not at any need of... He doesn't need to take any risks. I should put it that way. Slowbro for Crystal as well. Okay, well, Tauros cannot fight this. That's guaranteed. However, I'm not sure about the calcs, but if Crystal uses Thunderwave here and Lutra goes into the Slowbro at full health, can he wake up in time and get into a Ditto? Maybe that was the plan, but Lutra prevents it by going into Exeggutor instead, and Rhydon is sent out in a double switch maneuver, but that's not successful. Slowbro comes back, Mega Drain is revealed, so it's not Stun Spore, and Sleep Powder gets to sleep the Slowbro. And I'm curious to see what Crystal does next. So Chansey is revealed. I should say that Crystal uses... both teams are sort of weird. I'm not gonna comment on that. I think that it's important to note here that Crystal is using... He's probably skipping out on either Exeggutor or Snorlax on this team. As you can see, he has Jinx, Slowbro, and Rhydon. Revealing Chansey is... I think that Chansey is... well, it's a solid Pokemon, of course. But I believe that the team might be improved if it has Exeggutor and it has Tauros. I think it's alright, but if he drops Exeggutor, I think it's a team that could use with some improvement. Anyway, here we are. Snorlax and Chansey exchange paralysis back and forth, also damage, resulting in very minor damage on the Snorlax, but Rhydon gets the opportunity to come in on a Body Slam and fire off one last attack before succumbing. I'm not sure what happened to this game. I think that Crystal had this slight advantage, but I think he Maybe he didn't play it to its full. We'll see. Okay, here is Snorlax. So that most likely means that Crystal doesn't have an Exeggutor. That's a risky bet. If Lutra had used a Gengar lead, Crystal would have been in trouble. That would have meant that his lead Jinx wouldn't get to sleep in 2/3 of the cases. Of course, assuming he stays in. And if he doesn't, then I think that his team has, well, a disadvantage, to put it simply. Earthquake, Rock Slide. Rhydon goes down. Crystal predicted the Exeggutor switch with a Rock Slide, but that did not happen. You probably know that Rock Slide does not have a flinch rate in Red, Blue, Yellow, so it was an obvious attempt at hitting Exeggutor and not try to gain an extra move by flinch hacks. Crystal tries to do something with a Snorlax the following turn, but it turns out to be a bait into an explosion. We don't know if that would have been successful or not, because the opposing Snorlax was fully paralyzed. Mega Drain, 7%, that's not gonna cut it. And full paralysis for Chansey upon seeing the Snorlax. That one turn would have saved Crystal a lot of issues. The main problem as it stands right now is this Snorlax. This Snorlax is outside Hyper Beam range for Crystal's own Snorlax, which he would like to send in and finish off Lutra's Snorlax with. I believe that Crystal is seeing this the same way I do, which is why he's using Ice Beam. This might also be, yeah, a straight up sacrifice of Chansey. That might have been a bit much, but we'll see where it goes. Tauros is, Snorlax is in Body Slam range, so I'm fairly confident that this is just going to be a straight out sacrifice. I don't see any point in saving a paralyzed 21% Snorlax versus a non-paralyzed Tauros and non-paralyzed Snorlax. And the sleeping Slowbro at 69% can be taken down by anything, really. So yeah, Lutra should just let this thing die. I believe there's no real point in sending in Exeggutor, Alakazam, Tauros, or Slowbro. Everyone's at full health. That's well played. Two of them are sleeping though, but it's still a obvious advantage goes to Lutra here. So if he's, I believe that Exeggutor should come in here to use Psychic. Yeah, that's what Lutra says as well. Psychic at this point would do a 3-hit KO amount of damage onto Tauros, which even if Tauros gets lucky and gets para hacks or whatever, Lutra's own Tauros will have the capability to finish off Tauros, leaving us with Tauros versus Snorlax as almost of a decider. A paralyzing Body Slam hits, but the much more interesting thing is the critical hit Psychic. We'll see how this goes. I think that the correct course of action here is to sacrifice Alakazam, send in Tauros, and let that one finish itself off. Lutra agrees, that's good. Now he has the explosion to make use of if he deems that to be necessary. And yeah, 71% Exeggutor, that lives a Hyper Beam from both Tauros and Snorlax. So this should be almost in the bag. Crystal makes the switch to Snorlax. I believe that to be the correct play as well. Alakazam wakes up, but it's one turn too late. And now this is getting interesting. It's a 3-3 situation. Exeggutor really wants to blow up here. It can't use Sleep Powder because the Slowbro is not under the effect of Rest, it's under the effect of Sleep Powder. And oof, that's big. Body Slam and a full paralysis from Exeggutor. that's gonna be a big thing. Um, I Hyper Beam here is the play, and yeah, that's gonna kill. Lutra is gonna have to get really lucky with his Toro. Okay, he decides to go into Slowbro first. Yeah, Slowbro is actually that's not too bad. Slowbro is under the use of rest, not of sleep powder or lovely kiss. So if he gets, that's so unfortunate. He wins the speed tie, which he does not want to do, and gets paralyzed upon waking. Now he is permanently slower, so he can at least he can't be paralyzed as he wakes up this time. Thunderwave, he has to use Thunderwave at some point. Thunderwave is obligatory. There's no skipping around it. And after that, you have to win the 50-50 speed tie. Okay, there's a withdraw instead. Taking a page out of Magic 9 Mushroom's book, Crystal cannot afford to sacrifice his Snorlax here, but Hyper Beam kills here, so, and he is faster, so yeah, that's Crystal says that he's praying, but I don't know. That was a fairly straightforward thing. So that withdraw, that wasn't helpful. But on the other hand, since he had withdraw, there was really nothing he could do. Withdraw meant that he lacked Thunderwave, and yeah, Crystal says that he forgot about this speed drop from the earlier paralysis. Oh wow, that's a big turnaround. That's really the only thing that Lutra could have done there to save the game. And he gets a critical hit, Blizzard. Who cares about the critical hit? That's a freeze. And that's... Crystal needed to keep praying. But yeah, that's gonna mean the end of Crystal unless he can he can sacrifice the Snorlax, wake up in one turn with his Slowbro, and wake up in one turn with his Slowbro, and then get a critical hit Hyper Beam with a high roll. That's a bit much to hope for. But okay, so we have a one turn wake up. And Hyper Beam here is not a guaranteed kill. This is very interesting. We'll see if Hyper Beam kills here. It's more or less game over. I don't know the exact damage range here, but it should be interesting to see how this ends up. Slowbro is bulkier than a Snorlax on the physical side. So, okay. Well, allow myself to interrupt myself. Allow me, I should say. Pardon my poor English. But Body Slam is used instead of Hyper Beam. I think that Hyper Beam would have been the play. And now we have a paralyzed Tauros. Tauros wakes up, paralyzed Slowbro on the wake up. This is really exciting. Hyper Beam does not KO here. Hyper Beam is absolutely not the play unless you want to go for critical hit, but I'm not sure if that would change it. I think Body Slam is the critical hit move either way. So yeah, Body Slam, rest. Crystal is hoping for some full paralysis, and he gets it. That's fortunate. 23%, not a KO. Slowbro, it's very tempting to set up here. However, Surf is a, if I'm not mistaken, Surf is a 3-hit KO if you're not setting up, and if you set up once, it's a 2-hit KO, and if you set up thrice, it's still a 2-hit KO, I believe, with a chance of a 1-hit KO. But Crystal does the correct play. He uses Surf at once. However, Lutra gets a critical hit Body Slam, and that puts Slowbro into certain Hyper Beam range. And yeah, that's it. Hyper Beam is connecting. And now here it is. Tauros can go for either body slam and hoping for a full paralysis. That's what it's doing. And it's the annoying bug that tells you that the game has ended, but it doesn't show. But yeah, there it is. Someone closed the battle window and body slam connects. It's not a full paralysis. Game is over. GG. Lutra managed to win that one. That was a really exciting game by the end. I thought it was all but over at some point, but it turned into something of a nail biter. It was really exciting. I hope you had fun watching. This is Isa, signing out.